Joint Operations Center, Sergeant Allen. How may I help you, sir, ma'am?
Hey, Sergeant Allen. I'd like to know if is there a commanding officer I could speak to about a pressing matter?
Um, what kind of a matter, sir?
There's a lot of news reports saying that the Virginia National Guard. This is the I've called the right number, right? Is this the Virginia National Guard?
It is. It's our operations center, sir.
There's news articles going around saying that the Virginia National Guard may be used by Virginia lawmakers to enforce gun laws. Do you know anything about that?
Unfortunately, sir, far more than I wish. Um, Not to make light of it, sir, there's been no such order given, and honestly, the vast majority of this is blown up over speculation. There is no order. The governor hasn't ordered any such thing. Yes, we respond to the governor, not to the lawmakers. But somebody said some things that opened a can of worms that honestly has no basis in fact.
Is that the statement by Representative Donald McKetchin? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, yes. Which spawned much of the speculation of the Virginia National Guard deploying to seize guns and enforce laws. There's been no such order like that given, sir.
Part of the concern of the public is if such an order was given, would the Virginia National Guard stand by their oath and protect and defend the Constitution, specifically the Second Amendment?
If such an order were to be given and it was found to be an illegal, unconstitutional order, we would not support that.
And what is the general? By the way, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for talking with me because
No problem. No problem.
there are so many people that I'm in contact with that are very, very concerned that the National Guard, specifically there in Virginia, will be used to take away, the rights of people to keep and bear arms.
Right. Yeah. And not downplaying anyone's concerns to that. But as social media is putting out, and a lot of people are talking about, it's a done given thing that this is going to happen, and that's not the case.
So with the people that you're in contact with in the Virginia National Guard, do you see a majority? I mean, I know it's hard to say, but are there a majority of people in the National Guard who will stand by their oath and protect the Second Amendment?
Everyone I personally know would stand by their oath, and our oath is to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Virginia, and then it goes down to the governor, the president, the governor, etc. So would these people take their oath seriously? Absolutely.
And that right there is where people are really, really concerned, is that if you guys do honor your oath, then they've pretty much got nothing to worry about. So that was the main reason for my call, just to put people's minds at ease. I have a YouTube channel called High Impact Vlogs, and I'm in contact with a lot of people, and there's a lot of people out there that are just, they're worried sick that, because you've with this story, you've also heard about the Second Amendment sanctuary counties, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So
exactly.
yeah, so the threat from McKetchin was, hey, we don't care what these law enforcers are doing. If push comes to shove, we're going to call out the Virginia National Guard and have them enforce our laws on the law enforcers, and that's what people are pretty much up in arms about.
And if that situation were to arise, they would have legitimate reason to be upset. But I think so having watched most of this over this weekend, et cetera, and how do I cross the line between what I'm doing in uniform versus what I'm doing as a private citizen? Let me say that I'm well aware of a lot of those movements and those comments, and that a lot of people are speculating way worse than it would be. Should any order like that be given, it would obviously be reviewed down to the last, dot on the piece of paper for legality, because we will not break our oath, and we will not enforce an illegal, immoral, or unethical order. That's a given. As a service member, that's part of that oath. So right now, as I've told told my own coworkers, there's bills presented. They haven't gone to committee. They haven't gone to the floor. They haven't been passed. They haven't been signed. And they haven't gone through the challenge in court, which, that's exactly what's going to happen. The ink won't be dry before they're challenged, which is good. That's the way it should work. But would the National Guard enforce an illegal, unconstitutional order? The answer to that is no.
So the bottom line, because a lot of people are asking me, what's the bottom line of the conversation? The bottom line is, for you guys, at least as far as you're concerned, shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. No matter who tells you to go against that order, you're going to stand by your oath.
You have to stand by your oath, or why are you wearing this uniform? Absolutely, sir. You can put that as a bottom line. We will not enforce an illegal or unconstitutional order.
Okay. Hey, I really... Go ahead.
Again, I gotta say, the official line is there is no such order at this time.
Right.
So that's the big thing. But would we enforce an unconstitutional order? No, we would not.
And you understand the concern of, the potential for martial law, right?
Oh, quite. Yes.
Okay.
We do. And as we can both agree on this one, that is a very nasty subject. But, be honest with you, 8,000 guardsmen, 2 million people. Really?
Is that how many National Guardsmen are in Virginia? 8,000?
Give or take at any given time, counting deployments and the like, about 8,000 people. And you can imagine, not all these are combat troops, and the likelihood of such an order being given for anything like that, the most we do is riot suppression. That's a civil law enforcement thing. Charlottesville, as an example. To deploy troops on the street to do something like that, no. And that's practically speaking. And I'm talking as me right now. The answer is no. Will we stand by our oath? Absolutely.
Okay, and just so we're clear, from the Washington Examiner, that quote by McCutcheon is, quote, "I'm not the governor, but the governor may have to nationalize the National Guard to, quote, enforce the law." Is that the quote you're thinking about from McCutcheon?
Yeah, that's the quote.
Okay.
That's the quote. Yeah, did he say that? Yep. Was that a smart thing to say? Nope. And then he immediately caveats it with, well, but, I'm not the governor.
Yeah. He said...
The governor's given no such order. Yeah.
Right. All right, man. Hey, yeah. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for talking with me. And what was your name again?
It's Sergeant Allen.
Okay, Sergeant Allen. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, sir. You have a good day.
All right, you too.